Let's see what is DevOps. So you might have come across this terminology quite a lot, especially if you're in IT field. So DevOps is nothing but a philosophy, I would say, or it's a buzzword. So it's a combination of development plus operations. The main idea of DevOps is that it improves collaboration and productivity, right? So it's a combination of two words, development and operations, and that's why we call it DevOps. And basically, the idea is that it should remove the barriers between the traditionally siloed teams. So basically, earlier teams used to work on their own, and there was no much collaboration. But the idea with DevOps is that everything is much more collaborative and much more integrated. So let's see what I mean with a brief example. So imagine here is our developer Dave, and he gets a requirement. He makes the changes he to the code, and fulfill the requirements of the software. And he sends the code for testing. Everything is done. So the code is tested, fixed all the bugs. So everything is done by Dave. And then what happens is the source code is sitting on some server, right? On some box, and it works in the local machine as well as in the dev environment where the testers test it, right? Now what happens is that so everything is there in dev environment, but in the traditional model, still it was not pushed to the production environment immediately. So imagine this is the prod environment. So production is the environment where you have the latest code and which all the clients see. So despite everything being checked in and being tested and the code being there in the dev environment, it's not there in the production yet. So it takes some time for Dave to actually see his changes in production. So that is a drawback. And then from the organization team perspective, this is organization team. Suppose this is Anna, right? And um, her job is to pick this code and push it to production environment, right? But the thing is, there may be some environment changes between dev and the production boxes. So, though not intended to, but it may happen. So before the code is pushed to the production environment, there may be some massaging required. So as a whole, you can see that there is some lag between the time when it was actually developed to the time it was actually pushed to the prod. There is some lag, and that is what we are trying to avoid with DevOps and continuous deployment and all. So I hope you get the idea of it. So if you imagine, if you're wondering what are to automate in DevOps, you can automate the code testing. You can automate the workflows, which is, once the code is checked in, which environments you want to push in. Like it can be dev, then staging, then QA, and then production. And then you can have security or gates check, like before it is being pushed to production. So you can automate all these workflows. You can automate the infrastructure. So I did mention that there is a possibility that the VM um, specs are different from dev and prod. So if you automate those kind of things, wherein you can actually say that, okay, I want 4 web servers, and these are the hardware specs I require, like operating system is this, install these packages, install these scripts. So all these things can be done on fly, and that would actually negate the issue of different environments. So if you automate infrastructure, there is high possibility that your dev as well as the QA and staging all will have same specs, and you shouldn't find any issues when you push your dev changes to prod or any other environment in that matter. So what does DevOps teams do normally? So they follow agile principles. They use source controlled versioning like Git or Azure repos so that we can easily implement CI and CD. So the ultimate goal of a DevOps team, I would say, is have a production environment which gives the best experience to a customer. If you think about benefits of DevOps, it's pretty much obvious that you want to reach customer fast. So you will get the feedback fast. That's the whole idea of it. So reach the customer faster so that we can improve on our product. And other thing is because DevOps makes so many things automated, it makes our lives easier. So we just need to focus on the business part of it, and infrastructure extra is automatically taken care of. So that is the other benefit of DevOps. So this is what DevOps is all about. I would say at least this will give you a higher level picture. I hope you got the gist of it.